Right, we're back. R32, we're going to get it done. We've got a big list.
15 days.
Is it?
Well, if we're pretending that we started this 5 days ago, then yeah.
15 days minus 5.
And I don't know if we can do it.
It's Sunday, 26th, which we've got to get this ready for. And we need to get this lot ticked off, and there's probably going to be some more extra bits. But, good news, the stuff's come in for the back bumper, so I'm going to crack on with that. Dave and Jack are going to crack on with engine management.
Lights.
Yeah, engine management lights, that's our bane at the minute.
Yeah.
Bane, is it? Bane?
Once they're off, we're on course for an MOT.
I'll ring and book up the MOT now.
Do it.
Is that a good plan?
Well, all of it. But
Come join me in my humble abode. Obviously the other day we was having a problem with lost or misplaced or whatever, thrown away steering angle sensor. But we've got one free of charge. You know, we tried to nick one off Nate Turan from Van Lab. Well, we couldn't nick one off him there. He give us one. That's how nice he is. So I'm going to get this fitted in, and we're hoping this is going to clear every fault on the car.
Wow, yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Well then, I got my steering angle sensor fitted, and before I even got a chance to show you, the fault cleared. So I literally pulled it outside because I was going to show you clearing it. I thought you'd have to calibrate it again, but as soon as I did basically a full turn to the left and full turn to the right and just drove it at 10 kilometers an hour, and it cleared. So that's one thing sorted. Although we did get the steering angle light off,
Yeah.
we were having a problem with the ESP. Wouldn't go off, but we read that could be something to do with an incorrect steering angle, whatever. It's come back on, and now all the
Well, I tried to do a steering angle learn on the code reader, and
Yeah.
then since then it's just gone all
yeah, it's all malfunctioned, but
Yeah.
the tracking and everything's out, which is not helping us try and set it up.
So yeah, we're in a constant battle. Yeah, we need to get it tracked, but there's a lot of other things we need to get done before we can get it tracked, because it's completely out the tracking. So this is the original track rod end, which if you have a little look down the car, it isn't too far out. Like, you can eye it, and you can use string lines and do all bits and bobs, but you can see this one is towing in loads, so that is obviously a major problem. And obviously we've fitted a new tie rod end, track rod end, whatever you want to call it, to this. So we're going to just like eyeball it, get it a bit straighter. Whilst we've got it on the ramp, we'll take the back box off so we can drop it to Dean. There's little things like, see this sensor, we ordered this new pipe, but there's obviously a sensor what goes into this. The ECU needs all these sort of things, because it thinks like the coolant's just cold down there for some reason.
Air temperature.
Yeah, air temperature. So whilst it's on the ramp, we can have a look at this, obviously the auxiliary belt. We have sorted the airbag light, Jack?
Yeah, it's more of a temporary thing, because the R32, there are estate seats with an R32 loom, and the airbag plugs are different. So all I've done is pinned out the estate seats and literally just poked the pins into the right terminals.
Hopefully they don't touch, so we don't blow it.
Well, I've taped them all up so they can't actually touch, but it cleared the airbag light straight away. So I wanted to double check that.
This is all temporary though, isn't it? Because we are going to change these front seats.
One of the problems we had, once we tried to recalibrate the steering angle sensor to try and fix the electronic stability program, whatever it is, for some reason it didn't work, and then that cuts out the power steering. So now we haven't got any power steering, but we need to get the steering angle thing off to fix the power steering.
What Jack's saying is all intertwined in, isn't it?
Yeah.
These sensors will trick.
Yeah.
You'll have one thing and it triggers all loads of other things.
So we're hoping, although when we code read it, it said there's ESP sensor faulty, I'm hoping it's actually not faulty, and it's just because
something isn't coded in.
Yeah, hopefully. Otherwise we've got to change another sensor, which you don't want to do. Could do with a third man here. Needs to be squiddly diddly to film, carry and move, but it is off.
The what, sorry?
There's the big long piece. We need to get welded.
Like we said earlier, we're going to eyeball track it, you know. So, you know, if you go for tracking and you're doing a bit of work on your car, because I've had this before, you take it down to the tracking place and go, oh mate, I ain't touching that. It's solid, I ain't gonna risk breaking it. If you free it off beforehand, it saves you an unwanted journey, because then you have to come all the way back, free it all off for them. Tell me when, Jack. Like, I can come in, but
you're running out of.
But if you look at the thread, I know the track on end could be slightly different or whatever. It just seems the amount I've got to adjust. This has nearly come to the end of the adjustment. It's never ending with this car. Me and Jack, because obviously we've been looking at the wheels, and I think when the wheel sits at this height in the arch, would you say? Because I don't think we've noticed it before. I was noticing this wheel really close to the side skirt, perhaps because it's the side skirts we fitted. Compared to this side, where you got a good decent gap there. And if you remember, the R32 had a big whack on this front right hand corner. It actually snapped the bottom arm ball joint out the hub. And we think by just eyeballing it again, because we're pretty good at this now, aren't we? That looks twisted up compared to that one where that looks more flat.
Yeah, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but
Yeah.
you think that lower arm might be bent.
The problem you've got, this lower arm's cast. On like where they're not cast, and just you can normally see the bends in, and where this is cast and it's obviously it's really strong. They normally just snap, to be fair, but yeah, I think we've got a bent arm, so that's going to ruin tracking and everything.
Yeah. With the wheels completely straight, track rod ends set to the same amount. That's the steering wheel.
And it was driving down the road like that.
Because we're not trying to hide anything. The steering wheel wasn't on straight, so that was a big problem. I've tried to just run a test while we're on the ramp, it didn't work, so I'm going to take it out for a little drive, see if I can get this steering angle thing to clear. You got big boy?
Got the big boy mesh. Alright, so the mesh might not have enough yet.
Definitely don't have enough. If you remember last time, we basically cut the bumper up and zip tied it together. That's where you last saw us.
Yeah. So I need to plastic staple all the rest of the bumper, but we've got this gap, what we kind of need to manipulate into a shape. So my idea was, if we use some mesh, manipulated the mesh to the shape and put that all in, then we could lay fiberglass over the top, which would then hold the fiberglass into place, let that go off, sand it, fill it.
Yeah.
You're going to find out.
We're not 100% confident that it's going to...
No.
It'll probably work short term and it'll probably crack after about 10
because
minutes.
it's two different materials, and a lot of you did say, why don't you use the side skirts, which we have got over there, but the problem is the side skirts are made out of this weird ass wax stuff.
Yeah, it like doesn't melt, nothing sticks to it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's not like a typical bumper.
Because we
plastic.
did try to repair them.
Yeah, you couldn't even get a staple in them.
No, they're just weird.
People have said as well, obviously, we've got the top half of the original R32 bumper.
Yeah.
You know, could you take a section out of that? It's the same material, but it's not flat, and I don't know if it would...
Yeah, and we've got to get it'd be alright, say like that section there, you needed to piece that in. Yeah, you could do that, because it's just a flat piece. You could get a piece like here, what's flat, cut that out, and you put that in. But the problem we've got is because of the moulding where it is, and it's like curved, bent, and returns underneath. It's such a weird shape. Ideally, you need it scanning and 3D printing, but we don't really know anywhere what does it. And I think if we did, it's going to be really, really, really expensive.
So we're going to have a go with the mesh and fiberglass now anyway. See if we can get it where we need to. If it doesn't,
I think the mesh and fiberglass cost about 30 odd something quid.
And we are still one sheet down.
Yeah.
Why they only sent you through it?
No, I didn't know. I had in my head that this would do it, but I weren't.
I've never heard of the saying.
Whatever Dave says
No.
is right.
Dave's always
and,
right.
Yeah.
Aristotle said that.
Yeah.
It's better to have than not need, and not have, so you always order extra.
I did. I thought I only needed two, and I ordered an extra one. So I did use that theory, but
Didn't measure the hole properly.
Do you mate, do you?
yeah, fat boy.
Butter belly.
Hold on.
Get your bed out.
Got your belly button. Anyway,
We've got a time limit. Get cracking. You can do it.
the only thing what's cracking around here is the fiberglass. When we put it on, it vibrates.
How are we going, Richard? Stapling away again,
Still
aren't
stapling away, mate. Yeah.
we? You shouldn't go on camera after Jack's just been on camera.
Oh, he looks so good. Do you know what? Look at me, I'm covered.
You can tell he's got an easy life to you.
No, I look like this because I spent 12 hours with you in a car yesterday.
Right, so one of the faults we're getting, obviously apart from this active test, which we thought driving it would clear, but it's not. Power steering control module, don't know why that's on, it never used to be. But ESP sensor unit here is faulty according to the code reader. Now luckily, our mate Nathan at Van Lab, we keep stealing parts off his Terran. It has the same ESP sensor in that as the Golf's got, basically. So what I'm going to do, just to rule it out, I'm just going to swap this over now with the Terran one, see if that fault clears, and then see if we can do the thing.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. If not, then obviously we've got another issue.
Yeah.
But this could all be related to this as well, power steering control module. So I'm going to have a look at that in a second and see.
Yeah.
But that never used to be on, so I don't know what's happened with that. But I'll get back to you when I've got this seat out. I'll have to get Stokes on the payroll to get his little hands down this bloody hole.
Oh, it's like you're fighting with the carpet, then the sound deadening, and it's just...
There's no room at all, is there?
No, you can't. I mean, you can feel it, but it's like having your hand in a bag.
The Terran, it was just beyond the dashboard.
We think this has got to be mounted flat as well.
Although in the Terran this was upside down. It was
But
mounted.
I think how it works, it must have some kind of...
Yeah, sensor in it.
Yeah, which senses the vehicle, like... Say if you was lost control and you're swaying.
Yeah.
You know, like a G-force meter, like
Yeah,
it
yeah.
knows where...
I'd say that's probably what it is, isn't it?
But like I was saying to Jack, it's one of them things we could be chasing our tails for hours and hours and hours, and it is something ridiculous like this.
It's lucky we've even got one we can sort of pinch. So we've literally just plugged that in to test it. We haven't bolted it down yet, and obviously before we had 3 faults, and it's cleared that fault straight away.
You had your own vehicle?
Yeah.
You look good, mate.
The part number was different from the one out that Terran, so I hope it should be fine.
Little wavy comb go through it as well.
No,
You got a bit John in that?
Yeah.
He's got his best socks on.
Yeah. You're going somewhere after here.
yeah, but not in these.
Oh.
Going home first. But yeah,
Where are you going?
let's go watch. Go around Templeman's.
Of course, yeah.
Watch the
Cancelman.
You're not allowed any other mates than me and Dave, you know that, Jack?
You've been invited around Templeman.
No, I haven't.
Ah.
Templeman, if you're watching, where's the invite, mate? Anyway.
Jack don't like us hanging around with his other mate. It's like he gets
No,
to
because
it.
you can vent to them.
Yeah, it's his escape.
We're down to 2, boys.
And the ABS light wasn't on before, so I'm hoping I can just do a little drive and that'll clear.
Persistence has paid off, hasn't it, Jack?
Yeah, sometimes you have got to just be persistent. So.
You bloody are good looking dash that now, isn't it?
So if I put my seatbelt on, there'll be nothing. So literally all I had to do was just turn left for as long as possible at 20 kilometres. Which round here is a bit awkward, but I obviously did it and it went off. So that's every light, other than the headlight lamp. Like
Do we know what that
headlight
is? It's a ballast,
Yeah,
isn't it?
which I'm going to get sorted.
Yeah.
I think warning light wise,
Yeah. Right.
good mate.
Well, if you've noticed, my mesh has changed.
That is probably a lot better, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, because I think I'm not going to try and fully make the shape, because I think I'm just going to lay that in, because I can make the shape with the fiberglass, and then obviously this is going to be nice and sturdy. Like if you was a bad boy, you'd keep it like this. Look at that bad boy.
You've got a vest like that, haven't you?
Yeah. I've just got to put another screw in here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the super duper glue, go around that, so that glues all that in. The super duper glue needs to go around there if we've got enough to go all down the back of this to glue all the bumper up. But I'm going to tidy that first. I'm going to concentrate my energy though on these the fiberglass bits. So I'm going to get them sorted, and then this is stiffened up all the bumper, because obviously it's all connected back in, so this is dead stiff now, and I've got something to kind of get this fiberglass to. It isn't getting fixed to nothingness.
Yeah, it's a good surface, isn't it, for it to...
yeah, and it obviously it'll really grip into that good. It'll like soak through it and whatever. Right, that's all gone off. Took the screws out and I've cleaned up just on the areas all the way down, just so when I fill that, it gives it something to bond to. It's not just a smooth surface like the paint. So yeah, I've done that all the way around. So what I'm going to do now is tape up all the little holes, because I'm going to put some of this like fiberglass bit on the back, and then we've got some like matting and everything all to go here, so we can put all that in, get that in. So I'm going to mix that up, get that all on there to kind of shape that all up. So we was having problems at the start, and then it just doesn't really seem to be taking to the mesh. So I said to Jack, oh, we'll flip it over, get some, you know, the bits offcuts on the other side of the mesh, kind of sandwich it all together. As Jack picked it up, both sides just kind of fell off. So we've attempted to get it back on there because it basically just all slid off into a big pile. And yeah, it looks like a dog's dinner. So we're going to let it set. I've not got big hopes for this. It's just how it kind of goes on. There's a gap there. If I can push it, I ain't going to touch it. I can push it in, but then it pulls it out, and yeah. And even if that sets and I sand it down, it's going to need that much filler.
What happens to the great inventors, though, doesn't it?
Does it?
Trial and error, yeah.
We're great inventors because we've invented the R32 estate.
Yep.
Wagon, even.
Think someone come up with television overnight?
Yeah, probably did, mate. Mate, this ain't the turn of the century invention, do you know what I mean? We're just trying to make a back bumper.
Yeah, we're idiots.
I know. But is that through trial and error and...
Perseverance.
Yeah.
While we wait for that to dry and Stokes contemplates ending it all, got some more bits, 6 more drive shaft bolts, because we've only got 3 on each side at the moment. Mk5 sensor, which we may or may not need. We've got this lower radiator hose thing, but ours doesn't have the space for the sensor, so got that. That is like a weird thing that sits in the top of the dash. I think it's like a thermostat or something, or a temperature sensor. I don't know.
What, for like the climate controls?
Yeah, something like that. I was missing the retaining clip out of that light for the main beam, so I've got one of them. And, fingers crossed, a working ballast for the headlight. So that is basically everything for an MOT, isn't it?
Right, so we dropped the exhaust off, haven't we, at RW Developments. Here's Dean there. He said he don't want to be on camera, he's scared. And he's winding it up for it. He said it was an absolute nightmare, but we're going to pop in his shop now, and he did have some cool stuff here when I left, but he said some stuff was going out, so there might be a bit of stuff in here, and you can see what he kind of gets up to and what he doesn't get up to, which is not a lot. Just basically spinning around on this chair. So. Right, Dean's had a nightmare with this because it was our fault. He was saying on these tips I should have left that kind of the flange or whatever fits onto this, so that flush, and then he kind of fuses it together. So he's had an absolute nightmare with that, and I didn't clean all like the grease and stuff off. So he's just had a nightmare doing all these bits. Like I said, he had some good stuff here, but it's all gone out. But I can quickly show you, when I dropped this exhaust off, he had an RS4, like an 07 plate. What shape? B? You think it's B7 RS4, which is NA, but he did a twin turbo setup under the boot floor. So Dean does a lot of Jap stuff. He does all sorts. Like he's got this Field of Dreams here,
Writing on a driveway.
which obviously does all like turbo kits for Civic Type R's and stuff like that. And he's got some Harleys and stuff in there, which he's had. He does do some cool stuff, man. So if you do want stuff doing, or you want free storage whilst it's been doing, because it'll be here for years. Race, is it RW Race? Well, he changed the name, didn't he?
RWD, and he race work development.
Yeah, he did some big fiddle and changed it though, didn't he? One jobbed. Big
Look,
doors.
cowboy with that gun in your hand.
What's this? See that then? Right, let's strain some oil.
I mean, they're on.
Yeah, we haven't got the bumper on, so we don't know if...
I don't know if they sit right, but I'm sure they will.
While
Have
you're
faith.
draining oil and stuff, I'll have a little play with that bumper, yeah?
Yeah, we've got a service kit. I don't know if we've mentioned it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we mentioned this. I fitted the new new second-hand ballast, didn't work for some reason.
He literally, you know, like American football, and a guy, you know, they got them big H goals, and a guy's there holding it. That was the light, and Jack full on sent it, and it landed in the crowd. So the light, he's losing his head, man. So yeah, the lights, the ballast that they like, nothing. They've said, look, we'll get you a new ballast. It didn't work.
Yeah, but when I move the ballast from the right to the left light, it does work.
Yeah.
So it's got to be that, hasn't it? But this is third time's a charm. If this doesn't work, that's it. Game over.
Game over. Because literally, it is.
5 on Thursday.
Yeah, R5 on Thursday, and MOT time is tomorrow in the morning. So we need to get this car back together, working with all the lights off the dash. Which the only light we've got left is that.
Is bulbs, yeah.
Bulb.
chuck the air filter out, and yeah, something used to definitely live in there. Just thought I'd let you know, see it before I hoover it up.
It's going to be like 10 horsepower faster now, isn't it?
Always rely on Emery. Third time is a charm. Ready?
Hey! Hallelujah! Is it hallelujah? As you can see Jack's face now. It's here. Look at it!
Yesterday he had a wobble, ladies and gentlemen. He's ready to put the rope. We're having a little bit of trouble getting all the coil packs out, but Jack...
Well, I've noticed, I think there's obviously a tool that you put on. See these little tabs? It's like a prong that you clip around it and you can just yank it up. But what can I try that's... Because you need to like have upwards pressure on them, don't you? Yeah. Like equal.
And what have you gone and done?
Just put a zip tie around it and pull it up. And if it works, if it looks stupid and it works, it ain't stupid, is it?
You did some welly, son.
Oh, that's why they're all... The one that came out easy, I think was...
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen.
They're just a bit... It's been sat outside.
We'll give him a good clean.
Got all the coils out. There's the last spark plug. Obviously, you can see the difference.
Yeah.
Nailed.
Probably,
all of them are the same, really. They're all a bit...
Probably the reason it's running lumpy.
Yeah, I would say it probably is, isn't it?
Creating a masterpiece.
So it's had a wire mesh put in, then fiberglass, now super duper filler.
Yeah, so it's just full. It's going to weigh about 8 tonnes, this one. I thought, because I've got to fill the BM back up with water, coolant, and it's got quite a big system on it with all the radiators, charged, coolant, everything. And the coolant is quite expensive. It's like around about 100 quid, like to fill all that up with proper coolant. So
probably be 200 quid by the time you finish it.
This is it, Dave, because it would be 200 quid, because you'll put all the coolant, what you've mixed all up and deionised water and all that business, and then you go, oh no, it's leaking.
No, I mean the price would have gone up to 200 quid by the time you finish this.
Oh, right, with the cost of living and that. Anyway, back to my cool story. And
said no one ever.
so no, it's really good. So
basically, just tell them you've got a what's a name pump.
A vacuum pump. So
a manhood enlarger.
Yeah, so that's the manhood. So this is my excuse. This is my manhood enlarger. So that you can pressurise the water system without any water in, or if you've got water in to find a leak, and you can also vacuum fill it. So when you put the vacuum on, as long as it stays in the vacuum, you haven't got a leak, then you put the hose into the water, you release a valve, sucks the water in, Dave's bored, and it gets no air in the system.
Sounds good.
Instead of doing what?
Just putting water in.
Putting water in, run up the temperature, leave it cool down, and then putting some water in.
Yeah, so we're holding pressure. That's been on a good 10 minutes now, hasn't it? So, and then that should...
Fumbling with his hose, isn't he?
Right, so Jack read the instructions and we had to...
So it works, so say sorry.
Sorry.
Well, if it works, you don't have to apologise yet. That's
There you
better,
go,
isn't
look.
it?
Yeah.
You getting air in that day? No, the air out the hose was going in it.
It must have been just like, say, bubbling through the hose. So I presume when this gets down to 0...
Yeah, it says there's, when it's a 0, it's filled apparently. I think that's it, mate.
And she's full. Alright, isn't it?
Alright.
Was it worth it?
I don't know, because we'll run it in and it'll go around the system and we'll need to fill it up.
But that should have no air in it, airlocks. I know, obviously, I don't think these are that bad, but I know some BMs are a nightmare, and especially like, you know, like Porsches where the radiator's at the front. And and you fill it at the back. It's just, yeah. Good little talk, 50 quid,
Not
Amazon.
bad, mate, not bad.
You know when you create a problem by trying to fix a problem. That's what we're doing right now. Dave, can you hold the light down there so I can see? Can you see? You can't, can you?
I can see clearly now.
It's
The
hot.
torch is gone.
The back bumper isn't finished.
That isn't finished. See if the exhaust fits properly as well.
We've got through all the bits. We just tried the washer jets, filled the washer fluid up, checked the water because we had to top the water up by a litre because of his fantastic high pressured whatever. But yeah, we're happy. Fingers crossed.
With one bulb missing.
Yes, but I'll sort that out.
It's just not there, so it just needs
I'll sort that out on the day.
Like Jack's wiring. Scrubs. What's he scrubbing on?
The wing.
Is that what he did this morning?
Yeah, I thought the wheel had come off and I thought, oh no, I broke it already. Another thing we need to put on the list, this gear linkage, it's not very...
I think, could it's
a bit
been
clunky.
What it is, if you put the clutch in, I'll show the ladies and gentlemen. It obviously centres there, but because it was in that R32, when you go across, it sticks like into whatever position. It doesn't like self-centre.
Yeah.
So it's like you take it out at first and you have to physically put it into that gear and move that, where normally you'd take it out again, slot back to...
Yeah, we broke it already. Say we, I mean me. Pulled off from yours, went down the road, give it a little bit of a hoe. Seen a wet mark behind me.
Left a wet mark?
Yeah, I've seen a wet mark, seen a little bit of smoke. I thought, I blew it up. I thought, no, I blew it up. Put it in neutral, give it a little rev, and it was still revving. So I was like, well, I know it's not oil.
So pop the bonnet, mate.
The water lights come on.
Oh, okay. So that just popped up.
I break it, he fixes it. Story of our life.
I
this
normally
is.
break whatever we're trying to fix.
Story of our life, this is, isn't it?
At least it's happened now.
Yeah, and we're not like blowing at 80 down to the German festival. It's a good job we've just had MOT and the hazard work, because I had to put them on. Give it the pull test. We might as well break it now. Yeah, it's come off.
So
See?
it goes on, but not
on. So
on.
when the pressure of the water, it's pushing it off, isn't it? So it's not actually, like Stoke said, aftermarket rad, original pipe, it's just not happening, is it?
You put some water in that now and you tootle back.
Did you bring some water with you?
You didn't tell me to bring water with
I
you.
did, I said bring some water. That your cousin in one of your bangers over there, look. Absolute nail. And this is just a little insight into what happens to us on a daily basis.
Make your own car by
Yeah.
We'll have to keep this in the boot, mate.
Yeah.
We've limped it back. We're letting it cool down so we can fix that pipe. Whilst we're doing that, I'm jumping on this rear bumper. Try and get it into a better kind of...
We've basically got a day to make it look presentable.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
It looks good when I've been behind it, following it down the road. It looks good apart from that bumper.
curve there.
Days off. With the local yobs.
While Stokes is soldering away, he actually got me a sandwich. But this isn't my sandwich. We got a mate called Big Dave and he keeps asking for a cameo in on one of the episodes. Well, he's got one now in his sandwich. Stokes brought him a sandwich and I'm eating it.
And he wants...
Don't buy him another sandwich now.
Right, you know any normal person has just like a sausage and egg sandwich.
Sausage, egg sandwich, he wants sausage, bacon, mushroom, tomato,
Pepper, butter.
pepper. We need it on 3 layers.
Butter? You want butter on it?
They don't call him Big Dave for nothing. Big Dave, big sandwich. got to get up at the crack of dawn because we go into where, Stoke?
The German car meet.
Ultimate.
The ultimate German car meet. Is that it?
What's that again?
I think so. No. Yeah, and we're here. So
Stokes thinks there's about 100 more hours.
yeah,
to
Stokes
work.
thinks there's hours left in this. So we're not quite sure the condition we're going to be going.
Well, do they
in.
know that one of you lovely subscribers has given us a ticket to enter the given. Let me get my English right. Given us a ticket to put the car
Yeah,
in.
exhibition ticket, and so we're you know, it's basically show and shine.
Do you ever see that Simpson episode where Homer invented a car?
That's what that's going to look like.
And he had it on a stand spinning around. That's what our car's going to be like at the ultimate German car meet.
So what you're saying is you're not very confident.
We don't. We kind
Very
of.
confident, Jack. We've got to leave at 7 in the morning.
No, we ain't got to leave at 7 in the morning. We've got to leave at about 7.
8 the
quarter to
latest,
8.
yeah.
The bumper's not even on the car.
Yeah, but that takes 2 minutes.
Okay.
You're so negative. Are you
You've done
hungover?
Yes, I have to come over as well. So, somehow I've got to try and get this to look okay.
Yes. Yeah, I think it looks really good.
And what is the time now? It's 4:30.
On Saturday.
4:30 on Saturday.
Which you may think that's loads of time, but I've got to go back now, look after the little one while my missus goes to work for a bit, and then I've then got to come back up here. But Dave's going to do lots of stuff whilst I'm away. Jack's going to go off editing, so I'm going to leave Dave doing masking up bits and toffee wheeling stuff. So what's he going to look like? We don't know. Tune in for like next week, and you'll see us. That's if we even make it there.
Well, people who are at the show will see the condition we end up going in, and then everybody else will see next week. So we'll leave it there.
To be continued.
Like, comment, follow, and subscribe.
And hit the bell icon and get in the comments. What do you think?
And I hope you really enjoy all this effort that we put in.
In a bit.
Also, get in the comments. Wish Stokesy a happy birthday.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday when this episode
Because
comes out.
when this episode comes out, it's actually his birthday.
21 again.
Right then, I'm going to get my mask. Can I use this green tape to mask
Yes,
up?